Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Zebu Nation. This is a very special informational episode that I just had to get out there to the FM community. This is information that I can't keep to myself. I have to share it. I cannot be the only one who knows this, okay? And what am I talking about? Well, the information that I have is that in FM19, MLS trades are actually fun. They're actually a good thing. The only problem is that you have to wait until the 2020 season, okay? I know that's like people who play JRPGs and they're like, "Hey, you just play for 35 hours and then the game gets good." Right? This is that kind of situation, but I'm telling you, this is game-changing. This is something incredible. If you've played MLS in previous versions and you were disappointed with trades and all that stuff, as I was, I played it for the last 4 versions, and it's been, pretty pathetic, pretty almost non-existent. And the reason it's been non-existent and pathetic is because the MLS teams didn't have any money. They couldn't actually give you any value for players within, when they were trying to trade for them. But now they do have money in the 2020 season, and I'll tell you why. I actually had to go out and do some research, in the real world, look at MLS and all their rules and all their announcements and things like that, because I thought this was a bug. I thought this was, FM screwed it up again, somebody misplaced a decimal point, and suddenly everybody's got all this cash. But that's not the thing. The thing is, MLS in 2018 and 2019, they are going to infuse a bunch of cash into the league in the form of allocation money. $1.2 million per team per season. That's a lot of cash coming into the league. And now teams could use that money to go out and sign some international player and bring them in and that kind of stuff. But in FM, what they're using it for is to trade with other teams. And as I said, this is game-changing, and I'll show you how, and I'll show you why. First of all, it's not going to be there in the first couple of seasons that you play for 2 reasons. First of all, they don't actually make the infusion until later seasons. But second of all, in that first season of MLS, the teams have their contracts. They're locked in. They don't have any salary cap room. There's just no deals to be made in the first season. So you got to wait to make these deals. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that once they get that cash, they can now offer value for players. Look at this. Here's a trade that New England offered me. $2.5 million in allocation money for this guy, Joel Sonora. He's only valued at $1.4 million. So they're trying to overspend to get a young player, which is something they could never do before. Now they're also asking for an international slot, but is that international slot worth $1.1 million? I don't think so. It never has in the past. I mean, maybe there's a new dynamic going on here because everybody has all this cash. There's like inflation going on. But still, just the fact that New England could pay this much money. Now in past seasons, they could maybe offer me like $250K or at the most like $500,000. But I'm not going to take $500,000 for this guy. That's less than half his value. There's just no way. But offering me $2.5 million, now that's something to think about. That's, like I said, that's game-changing within MLS. And I'll show you the difference. I'll show you what effect it's had. Look at this. These are the trades for the 2020 season, and we're only in January. Look at all these trades. Now, I'm not going to scroll all the way down because that'll show you some of my trades, and I don't want to spoil it. But look at these guys. Look at all the trades, and look at some of these numbers. Here's the one I got highlighted. Eric Zavaleta and $2.9 million from Toronto to Sporting KC for Sanchez. Sanchez is a guy who's worth $3.1 million. In previous seasons, there's no way anybody in the MLS could produce enough value to make a trade like this worth it. But now they can make it really simple. Now the AI doesn't like complicated trades. So you could trade them like 6 players who could all add up to that value, but the computer would just cancel that because they don't know what to do with it. But here you offer them one player who's worth 1.2 million and 2.9 million in allocation money, and suddenly it's an even fair trade between Toronto and Sporting KC. This is amazing. I'm loving it. Look at this, 3.5 million down here from Toronto, again spending all that allocation money. 4.9 million from San Jose, 4.4 million from Houston. This is huge. I'm loving it. So if you're playing an MLS save, I'm telling you, stick with it. Gather that cash money and get ready for the 2020 season to start wheeling and dealing and making some trades the way you had always hoped that it would happen in MLS. It's happening right now. So spread the word. And, if you enjoyed this, I make other MLS content. I've been making MLS content for the last couple of seasons now. I'm doing a save right now with FC Cincinnati on my YouTube channel. Check it out. So that's it. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.